Hope you are now used to this field of dentistry and you are understanding our lectures. If you have any doubt regarding any topic, you can comment us. We'll definitely try to solve your doubts. So getting back to the lecture, our topic for today is blood group and immunity. Blood group is a very important topic for both practical and theory point of view. किसी का भी ब्लड ग्रुप जानना इसलिए ज़रूरी होता है क्योंकि अगर सपोज़ कोई पेशेंट इमरजेंसी में भर्ती होता है एंड ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूशन के लिए कौन से ब्लड देना है ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. सो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट टू नो योर ब्लड ग्रुप. There are basically two main important systems of blood group, namely the ABO system and the RH system. वैसे देखा जाए तो ह्यूमन बॉडी में देर आर मोर देन 30 ब्लड ग्रुप सिस्टम्स, बट मेनली यही दो इम्पोर्टेंट होते हैं. फर्स्ट लेट्स कम टू द ABO system. ABO system include the blood groups A, B, AB and O, in which we have the antigens A, B, A and B, and the blood group O has no antigen. Whereas the antibodies in blood group AB, there is no antibody, whereas in blood group O, the antibodies are anti-A and anti-B. That is why blood group O is known as the universal donor, whereas blood group AB is known as universal recipient. Next comes an important topic, that is the Landsteinern law. What is the Landsteinern law? If any antigen is present on the surface of RBC, its corresponding antibody will remain absent in plasma. Whereas, if its antibody is present in the plasma, its corresponding antigen will be absent on the surface of RBC. These two statements are very important if we have to know the blood group. Next important topic is Erythroblastrosis fetalis. अक्सर इस टॉपिक पे शॉर्ट नोट आते हैं. ब्लड ग्रुप में बेसिकली दो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स होते हैं, एरिथ्रोब्लास्टोसिस फेटालिस एंड ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूशन. सो व्हाट इज एरिथ्रोब्लास्टोसिस फेटालिस? It refers to the life-threatening disease of a fetus or a newborn infant in which the immune system of the mother produces the antibodies against the RBCs of infants, resulting in its destruction. मतलब अगर suppose mother have the RH negative blood whereas the first fetal baby have the RH positive blood, उस वक्त कोई issue नहीं होती है. That means the first pregnancy there is no issues because of the presence of the placental barrier. After the first pregnancy, during the next pregnancy, there is a development of anti-RH antibodies in mother's blood, which comes in contact with the fetal blood, resulting in the destruction of RBC. This is erythroblastosis fetalis. So basically this is because of the RH incompatibility between the mother and the fetus that may result the fetus to suffer from severe anemia, brain damage or even death in extreme cases. Next we have the blood transfusion. Blood transfusion means किसी को blood देना, simple. But for this you have to know your blood group. You have to know which blood can be given to the which blood group system. So there are some basic rules which need to be observed before the blood transfusion. They are been noted here. The plasma of the donor which contains the agglutinins can usually be ignored because the donor's plasma in the transfusion is usually diluted so much by the larger volume of the recipient's plasma that it rarely causes agglutination. No RH negative woman at any age before menopause should ever be given RH positive blood transfusion, otherwise she becomes sensitized by the injected RH positive blood and forms anti-D antibodies. In other words, the transfusion may make her permanently childless. So इसके अलावा भी there are many other rules which we need to follow. लुक एट दिस चार्ट, इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इससे हमें पता चलती है कौन किसे ब्लड दे सकते हैं। लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, blood group A can donate its blood to A and blood group AB, whereas it can get blood from A and O. Obviously, as I said you, O is the universal donor, whereas blood group AB is known as the universal recipient. Why? Because it can receive blood from any blood group. Our next topic for today is immunity. What is immunity? It is a state or the quality of being resistant to a particular infectious disease or pathogen. It is the resistance exhibited by the host against any foreign antigens and towards injury caused by the microorganisms and their products. There are basically two main types of immunity: the innate immunity, also known as native immunity, and the acquired immunity, also known as adaptive immunity. So, innate immunity includes the barriers such as skin and mucous membrane, whereas acquired immunity occurs in response to being infected with or vaccinated against a microorganism. Here I have provided you the basic differences between innate immunity and acquired immunity, which may be asked in your question papers. Like, the innate immunity is primitive, found in all multicellular organisms, whereas acquired or adaptive immunity are found only in vertebrates. Innate immunity response is immediate, whereas the acquired immunity response is slow. In this way, you can learn the differences between the innate and acquired immunity. That's all for today, guys. Hope you have understood the topics that I have mentioned in today's lecture. आगे आपको कोई भी डाउट हो हमें कमेंट बॉक्स पर ज़रूर पूछें, and keep showing on love towards our channel and keep supporting us.